news is next.
Now on 2451.
Tomorrow night, the Razorbacks take the field in Omaha. Game 1 of the College World Series will have a live report tonight on the run-up to that game.
And rescuers had to save a man who drove a cement truck off a low-water bridge.
Also, a real code blue and a 345-pound bear wandered to a hospital in Virginia.
Good evening, I'm Dina Day.
I'm Don Elkins. Welcome to NBC 2451 News at 10 o'clock.
Well, the baseball Razorbacks are in Omaha for the College World Series.
Matt Turner is there also. He joins us live with a little bit more on the run-up, the big festivities ahead of the game. Matt?
Yeah, it was awesome, guys. I really wish you could have been here. You see the people milling about around the stadium. We just had a great fireworks display, and I tell you what, Rick Catsby and myself and Trent Jones all took pictures, so we'll have that for you. Plus, the band live played here at Rosenblatt Stadium. So a very action-packed night before another action-packed night tomorrow with Arkansas facing Texas. Let's go ahead and look at some video now we shot earlier tonight. And this is the Razorbacks at an autograph party. Arkansas had a ton of fans today at the full team party. All 8 squads who were here at the College World Series just lined up. They signed shirts, bats, balls, whatever else was put in front of them on the table. And Arkansas, you're going to like to hear this, they had more fans than usual at their table because Coach Dave Van Horn is a living legend right here in Nebraska. He led the Cornhuskers to 2 appearances in the World Series. Now, Arkansas also has another Nebraska native in freshman Jake Duggar. Now, he said it was really neat today to be here, and he actually never thought that he would be one of the guys signing autographs in front of the stadium right here at Rosenblatt.
Feels good, you know. It's a little different being on the other side of the table than asking for the autographs, but feels good, definitely. I'm excited.
It's got to be a pretty neat feeling. Looking forward to the ball game. We're going to have a ton more stuff for you in sports. We're going to have extended coverage right after the 10 o'clock news, so stay tuned for that. And, guys, I'm going to send it right back to you.
All right, thanks so much. We're looking forward to that, too, Matt. Turner live in Omaha, Nebraska.
And NBC 2451 will bring you complete live coverage of the College World Series. As Matt said, we're going to have extended coverage after this broadcast and again after our 10 o'clock shows on both Friday and Sunday.
We could say a little more coverage right now because it's time to take a first look at our weather, and our chief meteorologist, Rick Catsby, is in Omaha, Nebraska. Rick, how's it out there now?
Right now here in Omaha, it's beautiful. We have clear skies in the area and temperatures in the lower 60s right now. Nice chilly night on store. For Fayetteville, Arkansas, looks like lows dropping down into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Again, some scattered thunder showers still possible for the rest of the night, and also for tomorrow with highs going back into the steamy 80s. Your complete weekend forecast is going to be coming up. And yeah, as Matt was saying, we had a great little fireworks display. Sent it off with a bang. I am ready for this game. I'm tired of waiting. Bring on Texas. Looking forward to tomorrow night, guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, Rick. Well, rescue crews defied death tonight in Johnson while attempting a swift water rescue.
NBC 2451's Leland Vittert went to the scene. He joined us in the studio. Now, Leland, fair to describe what you heard and saw as scary?
Don, very scary indeed would be the right way to describe it. Rescuers told me everybody is just lucky to be alive. A man drove his cement truck off the bridge on Ball Street, and as the water rose, dived into the water before rescuers could reach him.
You know, the good Lord was looking out for everybody involved today, and we're real thankful for that nobody did get hurt.
Paul Horn, making a delivery run for Toon Cement, thought he could make his way across the low-water bridge on Ball Street, but the water obscured the bridge and he missed the road. Fire and rescue crews respond. They first tried from here, the north side of the bridge, but they were unable to reach Horn perched on top of his cab. As they attempted to relocate to the other side of the bridge, he dove into the water and rescuers quickly followed, helping the man to shore.
Not only did he take his own life in his hands, but he put several other people's life in danger as well. Not a good thing to do at all. He was very lucky to make it to the other side of the bridge. He could have very easily been swept up underneath the truck.
Now, Horn is currently charged with careless and prohibitive driving, pending an investigation. As for the truck, Dina, it was filled with cement, and officials say that might just be the hardest thing of the whole thing.
All right, thank you very much, Leland Vittert. It also sounds like everyone was very fortunate indeed. We remind you again, if there is water over a bridge, never attempt to drive across.
Well, Islamic militants say they will kill American hostage Paul Johnson tomorrow if the Saudi government fails to release al-Qaeda prisoners. Johnson's family has reached out to both the U.S. government and public for help. NBC's Michelle Franzen now has the latest.
We're here tonight to make a difference.
On the eve of a deadline set by his kidnappers, friends and relatives of Paul Johnson held a vigil in this New Jersey community he once called home.
When one is hurting, we all hurt. And when one feels the pain, we all feel the pain.
I just want him home safely.
Time is running out to save the life of the American taken hostage in Saudi Arabia by Islamic militants. Johnson's family made an emotional plea on the Today Show for his release.
I just want to ask the President of the United States and the Saudi officials to please make this happen. For Father's Day is right here. Bring my father home for Father's Day.
Paul Marshall Johnson, Jr.
Johnson was kidnapped in Saudi Arabia by Islamic militants. His captors released this videotape on Tuesday showing Johnson blindfolded. The group said the 49-year-old would be killed in 72 hours if the Saudi government did not release al-Qaeda prisoners. Johnson's sister said her family is living a nightmare.
You can read the papers about other terrorism, but it doesn't seem real when it affects your family.
Your love, your support, and your prayers are appreciated.
Now, with the support of the community, the family waits. In Eagleswood Township, New Jersey, Michelle Franzen, NBC News.
Johnson's son says he hopes the Saudi government considers the kidnappers' demands if it means saving his father's life. But again today, the United States Department of State and Saudi authorities stress they will not negotiate with terrorists.
Well, Don, investigators have identified all the victims of a house fire in Crawford County. 42-year-old Mark Hodges, 60-year-old Reggie House, 60-year-old Harold Renfro, and 44-year-old Bill Neal died in that fire. Investigators used dental and medical records to identify the bodies. No word yet on what started the blaze.
An accountant for a Fayetteville nightclub says that somebody robbed him at gunpoint just before noon today. Police described the robber as 5 foot 6 inches tall, a husky black man last seen wearing a blue shirt and blue pants. The accountant couldn't open the business's safe and told police the robber instead took the money in his wallet. If you know anything about this, Fayetteville police say you should give them a call.
A Springdale man has been charged with DWI after an accident last night on I-540. Witnesses say Christopher James Turner was traveling south on 540 near the Porter Road exit when he lost control of his truck. The U-Haul trailer Turner was towing came loose and spun around into traffic. Tiffany Murders was driving behind Turner, and she hit that U-Haul head-on. Turner's truck then caught fire, and police rescued him. Besides the DWI charge, Turner was also charged with reckless driving and refusing a breathalyzer test.
Well, it seems a black bear wandered through the doors of a hospital in Virginia, surprising just about everybody. The 345-pound bear apparently bypassed the emergency department and wandered down the hall, passing a handful of stunned people in the hallway. A security guard came face-to-face with the bear and managed to lock it inside an office. The guard called police, who ended up having to shoot the bear for reasons of safety. Other than the bear, we're told nobody got hurt.
A tragic accident in Texas has closed down a water exhibit after 4 people drowned in a circulating pool that was not designed for swimming. Some children from Chicago in town for a church convention either jumped or fell into the water and could have been sucked under when a pump kicked on. Police say Myron Dukes tried to rescue his 8-year-old daughter with the help of his 13-year-old son and another 11-year-old girl. Rescue workers tried to revive the victims, but all of them were declared dead at local hospitals.
This is not designed to be a swimming area. This is strictly for ambiance and to just enjoy the sound of the water.
The Fort Worth Water Gardens have been open for 30 years. Authorities say this is the first time someone has drowned there. The garden is now closed indefinitely, pending an investigation.
Well, in the past 2 months, 7 children have died because of power car windows. Take a look. This advertisement shows how easily a child can get caught in a power window by hitting the automatic roll-up button. The windows exert up to 80 pounds of pressure. A nonprofit group that monitors car safety issues reminds parents not to leave kids in the car or unattended. Don't leave your keys in the car, and make sure to use the lockout button if your car has one. If you'd like to learn more about this, here's a website for you to visit. That is kidsandcars.org.
It's official. There are now 14 destinations you can reach nonstop from Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport. Northwest is flying off to its World Gateway Hub in Detroit. The flights start September 13th and are scheduled to connect with flights across the Pacific and to the Far East. For the past few years, Walmart and many other companies around the region have been lobbying for these flights.
West recognizing that recognizing the growth of this area, and that Northwest Arkansas is a major business community for the world.
Well, yet to announce, the flight into XNA is a major discounter, but airport officials hope another couple of years of steady growth will land a low-cost flight service here soon.
Well, a few of us got rained on today. In fact, some of us really got drenched. Big question is, can we expect any of this to continue tomorrow? Rick Catsby is in Omaha right there. He's going to have the forecast next.
And we'll also check in at the Walton Arts Center where the Art of Wine Festival kicked off tonight. That story a little later.
Live with coverage you can count on in Northwest Arkansas. This is Arkansas's NBC News at 10. With Don Elkins, Dina Day, Chief Meteorologist Rick Catsby's First Alert Precision Doppler forecast, and sports with the Arkansas's NBC sports team. Tonight's live coverage of the road to Omaha is brought to you by Capital Structures, Wooden Teeth, United Bank, Shogun, and Keith Horn Insurance Agency.
At the Wooden Tee, you'll find pro line and custom golf equipment. Every club is custom fit to each player's appropriate specifications. Plus, clubs and equipment for juniors and women is a priority. You'll find first-class men's and women's apparel and outerwear at the Wooden Tee, as well as a wide variety of styles of footwear. Balls, head covers, hats, gloves, bags, and unique gifts. A country club feel with competitive prices. Across the street from Krispy Kreme Donuts, the Wooden Tee, Park Place Plaza, Bentonville.
Dr. J. McDonald of McDonald Eye Associates is Arkansas's premier LASIK provider. Dr. McDonald uses the new Bausch & Lomb Zyoptic system for personalized laser vision correction. The Zyoptic system maps and analyzes microscopic visual imperfections to create a personalized treatment plan. The results are impressive.
I was amazed at the immediate results I saw even 2 days after the surgery.
Call to schedule your free Zyoptic screening. McDonald Eye Associates. Experience you can trust.
LASIK with Dr. McDonald was the best decision I ever made.
Shoe Carnival's Super Saturday Sale is this weekend. Sale starts Friday, and Saturday save on Early Bird Super Value items until 1 p.m. Women's sandals from Villager, Early Bird Super Value $14.98, and Skechers Early Bird Super Value $16.98. Want free shoes? Buy any women's clearance shoes. Get a second pair free, Saturday until 1 p.m. See your newspaper for an additional $10 off Friday and Saturday. And all weekend, entire stock buy one pair, get the second pair half price. Shoe Carnival's Super Saturday Sale this weekend.
New Orleans, a place like no other with a style all its own, a music all its own, a food all its own. And out of this culinary heritage comes Copeland's of New Orleans, boasting a unique variety of flavor combinations. From our sizzling classic filet or catfish bordelaise to our hearty Copeland's burger, there's something for everyone. Come enjoy a crispy Copeland salad or indulge yourself in a New Orleans original like our classic shrimp etouffee. Whatever you're craving, Copeland's is the authentic taste of New Orleans.
Warning! Warning! Overstock emergency! Because of the success of Truck Fest, Darrell Hickman Chevrolet is drastically overstocked. We've taken in so many trades that we're desperate to reduce inventory. Save thousands of dollars on a car, truck, van, or SUV. So come in now. You can save big at Darrell Hickman Chevrolet, Silo Springs. Nobody beats our prices. Not now, not ever.
McDonald Eye Associates congratulate the Diamond Hogs. Go Hogs, go. Tonight's live weather forecast from Omaha is brought to you by Carpet Smart.
Well, welcome back. If you know Rick Catsby, you know how much he loves his tomatoes, but he's put those aside. And he jumped in the van and he traveled up to Omaha. And Rick, you've got an enviable spot. You're going to see that game. You're up there for all the fun.
Loving that baseball tonight.
Loving baseball, and really I can't wait for this game. It's going to be a nice game tomorrow. A big game tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and I'm ready. Are you guys ready for the first game? Yeah! Some of the Arkansas fans, first of all, this caught me. I thought this said Arkansas, but my eyesight's going back, so I'm in my mid-40s. Now, is that like Italian for Arkansas?
No.
No? All right, okay. Then never mind. I'm sorry to bother you. You guys can go home now.
Okay.
Anyway, they won't even be on television. But you guys are Arkansas fans, but you guys are from South Dakota. Now, if you're a true Arkansas fan, you know how to do pig suey, right? I've heard of it, but oh, there's the test. We really do want you to. No, okay, never mind. All right, we'll work on it during the break. Woo, pig suey! Woo, pig suey! All right, during the break, we'll work on it. We'll bring them back later on. Okay, weather-wise, it looks to be a chance for some storms in Fayetteville and all northwest Arkansas for late tonight and also for tomorrow. Let's go back with a quick radar check with Rob Smith. Rob?
Hey, thanks a lot, Rick. Let's get right to the radar. We'll show you where those storms are. We do have some moisture on the ground around the Fayetteville area. Most of that is from the storms earlier, but look out to the west. These storms here are moving in the general eastward direction, so we could have some rumbles of thunder by the morning. Now, we did pick up some rainfall earlier, and we do have some weather video to show you. This is from earlier today. Lots of heavy rain, especially in downtown Fayetteville. We picked almost 2.5 inches to 3 inches around parts of Fayetteville, so that's a lot of heavy rain. And like I said, again, we could have some rumbles of thunder as you're getting ready for work in the morning, heading out to work. You may want to take that umbrella with you. And again, tomorrow, probably about a 30% chance of rain. We'll toss it right back to Rick so he can get right on the forecast.
All right, Rob, thanks very much. Let's check out the Zonecast for tonight. First of all, let me show you a very important. It's a Carpet Smart Road to Omaha forecast for tomorrow night. Looks like partly cloudy skies, chance for thunderstorms. I'd say better chances coming later on tonight, first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully we can get those storms out of here by game time 6 o'clock. Temperatures in the lower 70s. Beautiful afternoon after those storms pass through tomorrow. Hopefully they'll be gone by game time. Okay, now the Zonecast does call for Fayetteville, high temperature 85 degrees. Pretty warm, humid, scattered thunderstorms. South we go. High temperatures getting close to 90 degrees. Once again, scattered thunderstorms in the forecast there. Future cast will show, again, as we put this in motion for you, you're going to see several complexes of storms out across the plains that will try to work their way into the northwest Arkansas and the River Valley area for the next several days, really through the weekend. Some can make it. The ones tonight are fairly strong out across part of Oklahoma. They can make it by first thing tomorrow morning, and that will set more boundaries around the area and give us more chances for showers and storms late day. So we'll see that pattern set up. There's a front that's approaching us. Will it pass through or will it not? Still remains a big question. That will probably also set up more storms for the potential for the weekend. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast. High temperatures in northwest Arkansas will be in the middle 80s. Chances for storms about each afternoon with the humid highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s. Chances for rain might increase a little bit as the front gets closer to us for Saturday and Sunday, but we cool off a little bit too with highs in the lower 80s. 7-day forecast for the River Valley has high temperatures around 90 and then middle 80s for the weekend, and then still chances for some showers and storms in the forecast. You know what, Donna Dina, that was a slightly pathetic pig suey that we just had.
We weren't going to say it, Rick, but, you know, you kind of put your own unique spin onto it.
But you know what, they're from South Dakota, so give them a little bit of break.
Yeah.
Okay, we will.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Hey, Wall Street finished today's session swimming in Reading. Financial expert John Taylor has the story next in tonight's All About Money.
Plus, we'll show you how local wine lovers gather tonight to help fund art education.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Arkansas Western Gas.
Rediscover the warmth and efficiency of reliable, environmentally friendly natural gas. Arkansas Western Gas, helping you live better, naturally.
Welcome to Carpet Smart, where personal service and attention is our #1 priority. Our professionals want to help you rejuvenate your living space. We carry a huge selection from Shaw, the world's largest carpet manufacturer. From beautiful carpet to durable hardwood and laminate flooring, Shaw is where great floors begin. No matter what the project, let us help you. Carpet Smart, off Highway 71B in Springdale, behind Lighting Emporium.
Right now, you can get the Ford you've always wanted. Built Ford tough. Own the 2004 F-150 Heritage Edition with 0% financing or up to $4,000 cash back. During Ford's Get What You Want sales event, get the F-150 you want right now. With 0% financing or $4,000 cash back. Hurry before the F-150s are all gone. 0% or $4,000 cash back on F-150 Heritage. Drop into your local Ford dealer during the Get What You Want sales event.
What kind of people shove forks into blenders? Sure, it's hard to get the chunks of ice to voluntarily impale themselves on the little spinning blades, but how absurd do you look taking one pointy thing, shoving it into another pointy thing that's moving at roughly the speed of death? You'd think the blender guys would have solved this problem by now, but I guess they're too busy, I don't know, shoving knives into toasters.
The smoothie maker. Back to things that work. Back to basics.
Folks, June is the 29th anniversary of steady growth at Hank's Fine Furniture. We are offering the greatest leather furniture values in our history. They are constructed of top quality framing and foam material and covered in the finest top grain glove soft leather. And a portion of every sale goes to the Children's Miracle Network during June at Hank's Fine Furniture.
It's the #1 selling truck for 26 years running. More power than any truck in its class. More cargo space. More towing capacity. And rated as Ford's quietest truck ever. It's the 04 F-150. And during Lewis Ford and Springdale Ford's big event, get a new Ford Tough F-150 Heritage Edition for just $12,988 or $197 a month. Or the all-new redesigned F-150 Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. Yours for only $15,988 or $239 a month. Don't miss the 2004 F-150 big event. Now at Lewis Ford in Fayetteville and Springdale Ford in Springdale.
Well, the markets were pretty much flat on Wall Street. If you look at just the indexes, the Dow was down 2 points, the NASDAQ was down 14 points. But the story once again was inflation. 2 days after seeing the CPI number that the government released, which indicated that inflation was heating up, today we got the PPI, the Producer Price Index, which of course is inflation at the wholesale level. It, like the CPI, was also higher than the experts expected. In fact, it rose 0.8%. And just like the CPI, the culprit was food and energy. Food prices rising 1.5%. Energy prices up even more, 1.6%. The core rate inflation at the wholesale level, if you take out food and energy, was up about 0.3%. In other economic news, it's Thursday. That means we get first-time claims for unemployment, people filing for unemployment for the first time. That number dropped substantially, dropped 15,000, more than the experts expected. And the other big number was the index of leading economic indicators, what the future looks like a few weeks down the road. That number rose for the third month in a row, was up 0.5%, which was also better than the experts expected. And consumers must not be too depressed about rising gas prices and rising interest rates. If you look at the earnings of a couple of companies that don't make necessities, one of those being Winnebago. Winnebago's profits were more than double the same period of last year. They say sales of RVs very, very brisk. That stock was up almost $5 a share, or about 15%. And the other surprising number, Carnival Cruise Lines. People, yes, are taking cruises, even though money they say is tight. Those earnings were more than double the same quarter of last year. This is John Taylor for Arkansas's NBC News.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Hey, the Art of Wine Festival kicked off with an evening of gourmet food and, of course, the liquid fruit of the vine.
Ariana Evers joins us now live in our studio. Ariana, the Ernest and Julio Gallo Winery, says wine tasting has become more popular in the past decade.
Dina E. and J. Gallo sponsors the Art of Wine Festival at the Walton Arts Center. People can educate their palates, learn more about wine, and socialize.
The Ernest and Julio Gallo Winery flew wine expert Kate McMurray in from California for the wine tasting event.
It's grown, I believe, in popularity in an appreciation for the different varietals. Pinot Gris now, Pinot Noir, instead of just Cabs and Chardonnays.
The Art of Wine will feature 600 wineries from across the globe. A gourmet dinner kicked off the event.
History. It's history in a glass.
Thursday, wine lovers learned about pairing wine with food.
There's really been quite an explosion of education and appreciation for wine.
This is the second year I've been to the wine dinner, and I learned a lot last year from the winemaker's lecture. But it's also good just to enjoy the fine food and the fine wines.
And the best wine doesn't necessarily cost the most.
It depends on how much you enjoy wine, how much you drink wine. If you're just a beginner, the more simple, less sophisticated wines, which tend to be a little bit more cheaper, are probably the wines that you're going to enjoy more.
Farnan says as wine drinkers educate their palates, they may begin spending more for a bottle of wine.
The money raised at the event funds art programs for 30 school districts in Arkansas. Don?
Ariana Evers. In case you didn't notice that Kate McMurray is the daughter of actor Fred McMurray from My Three Sons.
My Three
Amazing,
Sons
huh?
and all the Disney movies. You were
That's
naming
right.
them all?
Hey, if you're interested in attending the Art of Wine Festival, you can buy tickets. Simply call the Walton Arts Center at 443-5600. The whole thing continues Friday and Saturday between 5 and 8 o'clock.
All right, now it's time for sports, and Mitch is here to tell us what, well, we know what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of baseball.
You're exactly right.
We're just hours away from the College World Series. Coming up, we'll hear from Matt Turner, who's live in Omaha. That and more next in sports.
In Leonard, find a babysitter if you want to go out for a Big Mac, because this isn't your ordinary McDonald's.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Ashley Furniture Home Store.
If anyone knows comfort, it's Garfield and Ashley Furniture Home Store. So this year, take a tip from the cat. Get Dad a little comfort, too. And if Dad deserves Ashley comfort, you deserve Ashley style. But best of all, right now at Ashley Furniture Home Store, you'll pay no interest and no payments for 12 months. Zero for 12 months. Or at 3905 South Thompson Road in Springdale, Arkansas. See Garfield the movie only in theaters.
I'm George W. Bush, and I approve this message. I'm optimistic about America because I believe in the people of America.
After recession, 9/11, and war, now our economy has been growing for 10 straight months. The largest tax relief in history, 1.4 million jobs added since August. Inflation, interest, and mortgage rates low. Record home ownership. John Kerry's response? He's talking about the Great Depression. One thing sure, pessimism never created a job.
We've always been a nation on the move, in a rush to go west, to be the first on the moon. Don't fence me in is chiseled into our national character. It's in our company's character as well. That's why Singular Wireless is such an important part of SBC. We are and will continue to be a very active and vital member of the most mobile society on Earth. SBC, going beyond the call.
Summertime heat, 103 for a high.
Hankey Brothers Sagebrush is the most durable vinyl siding in the world. That's why we guarantee it for a lifetime.
Fletcher Chevrolet in Springdale gives you the real deal. 04 Chevy Blazer, only $16,995, 4x4. 4-door. 04 Blazer, $16,995. 04 Chevy Malibu Classic, just $11,995. That's right. 04 Malibu, $11,995. Sales tax paid. Get the real deal at Fletcher Chevrolet. Chevy Cavaliers with auto and air, just $8,995. $9,995. Sales tax paid. Only at Fletcher Chevrolet in Springdale, home of the real deal.
Hey, welcome back. Matt Turner live in front of Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha, Nebraska, the site of the College World Series. And believe it or not, people, Arkansas is here, and the Razorbacks will face the Texas Longhorns tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Today, there were a ton of activities. Arkansas was part of actually an autograph signing party, and a ton of fans actually turned out for the event. Arkansas fans and actually Nebraska fans, because Coach Dave Van Horn used to coach the Cornhuskers. And so the Razorbacks had a pretty good time doing that. Also, ESPN is here to televise the game. I spoke to Mr. Mike Patrick earlier tonight. He is an analyst for ESPN, and he had this to say about the Arkansas Razorbacks and just how scrappy they are.
Handle on it, but I'm always suspicious of teams that say, you know, gee whiz, we just don't have any players. We just come out there and scrap, and then they share the conference championship, you know, one of the best teams in the country. They make me a little suspicious. I think they're probably a little bit better than everybody says they are.
I think Mr. Patrick makes a pretty good point there. We're going to have to wait and see, though, how the Hogs are going to do tomorrow night against Texas. Hey, Arkansas actually practiced today at Rosenblatt Stadium for the first time, and it was really cool to see how excited the players were when they realized that they were actually here at the College World Series. Everybody was pretty pumped up about it, and what's really impressive, guys, everybody's going to like this. 3 other SEC teams are also here: Georgia, LSU, and Florida, Arkansas, and this all reaffirms the theory that the Southeastern Conference is the toughest league actually in the country.
If you win in the SEC, you're gonna have success anywhere. Now, who knows what's going to happen from here on out? But our league's well represented, and I think it should be, because from top to bottom, and I've only been in the league 2 years. I mean, there were 10 teams that could have been here, in my opinion. That's how good they were, and every weekend was a battle. And if you didn't play well, you'd get beat. So I'm happy for the SEC.
Looking forward to all the matchups. We're going to have a lot more for you coming up later. You got to stay tuned because right after the news tonight, Joe Pequeno of KARK Sports in Little Rock and myself are going to join you for 10 extra minutes of extended coverage from the College World Series. Mitch, back to you.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot. We'll check back in with you later in the show. Back in Fayetteville, day 3 of High School All-Star Week saw some of the state's best hoopers facing off at Bud Walton Arena. We start things off with boys action. Fort Smith head coach Eric Burnett serves as an assistant tonight for the West. Picking things up in the first quarter, the West running and gunning. Mina's Andrew Holub with a kiss off the window for the nice deuce there. Later, more West. Jermaine Templeton going to dish it to Nick Burcham. Nick gets the hoop in the harm. And it wouldn't be a highlight reel without future Hog Marcus Monk. P.J. Lacey playing some good D here, going to get the steal. Going coast to coast, passes it to Marcus Monk for the jam. Now let's check some girls action. Farmington head coach Brad Blue, coach for the West squad tonight. Just a good game tonight for both squads. Late in the game, Shade Martin from the West would stop and pop right here. Great shot there. The West would try and hold on to their lead, but the East would respond later in the game. Courtney Brown going to catch the pass here momentarily in the paint. She's going to drive to the rack for the bucket right there. And we end the highlights with some local flavor. Farmington's April Carter would miss the free throw, but Shade Martin gets the board and gives it back to Carter for the bucket. And let's check the final there. You see it. The West girls win 59-52, and we do not have a score on the boys game yet. And that'll do it for sports. Of course, we'll check in with Matt at the end of the show. So everybody stay tuned for that.
Appreciate that.
Sure will. Thanks a lot, Mitch. And there's more coverage you can count on ahead.
Yeah, take a look at this. Chandeliers, porcelain floors, it's all at a McDonald's. We'll take a look.
Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is brought to you by Tim Hurd Lincoln Mercury.
Hi folks, Tim Hurd here for Tim Hurd Lincoln Mercury in Fayetteville. You already know we stock a great selection of pre-owned Lincolns and Mercurys at our new car location. We are committed to offering the area's lowest prices. We carry a huge variety of other brands as well, and they're all right here, right across the street. With 2 locations to serve you, 85-point mechanical inspection, the area's lowest prices, and our commitment to quality. Why shop anywhere else? We look forward to serving you right here at Tim Hurd Lincoln Mercury in Fayetteville.
Charge Lighting Emporium is having a celebration sale. Use your Lighting Emporium credit card to charge it. 12 months, no interest, no payments during our 2-week store-wide sales. Save on accent tables, bedding, sofas, day beds, pub tables and bar stools, chandeliers, sconces, and hardware. Get the really good stuff only at Lighting Emporium. Right down the
Maybe you can have it all. A rich, delicious ice cream with only 2 to 3 net carbohydrates. Brahms Carb Watch ice cream. Flavors like butter pecan, chocolate almond, chocolate chip, and many more. Made with lots of fresh, wholesome ingredients and sweetened with Splenda. It's an ice cream so good, it's hard to believe it's low in carbs. Sure you can have it all. Brahms Carb Watch ice cream. Available only at your neighborhood Brahms.
Free. I fell for it. Sign my family up for a nationwide wireless plan with free mobile-to-mobile calling. Only the mobile-to-mobile calling area was smaller, so it was not always free.
There's no doubt with Singular Family Talk. Count on the largest talk-free coverage area in America. And now add a line for just $9.99.
Now available at Service Communications, 5320 West Sunset in Ozark Point Place.
The best value in wireless. Another reason Singular fits you best.
The Diamond Hogs are on their way to Omaha for the NCAA College World Series. NBC 2451 and these local businesses want to say congratulations and go Hogs go. Turn to NBC 2451 for complete live coverage at 5, 6, and 10 with Matt Turner and Chief Meteorologist Rick Gatsby. Plus, tune in Thursday night at 6:30 for a half-hour sports special, The Road to Omaha. Complete coverage of the fans, the players, the coaches. It's The Road to Omaha. Thursday night at 6:30. Sports coverage you can count on from NBC 2451. Tomorrow morning on 2451.
A divorce, but the husband says he's really a she.
You're not going to want to miss that tomorrow morning at 5:30. Plus your weekend forecast, perhaps a couple of thunderstorms.
And a salvage crew strikes gold.
And we're cooking on the Fayetteville Square. Wake up with us.
Sounds fun. Well, it's definitely not your usual McDonald's. As a matter of fact, it's almost too nice to bring in the kiddies. This new fancy McDonald's opened today in downtown Chicago. The 6,000 square foot restaurant comes with chandeliers, porcelain floors, a ceiling mural, fancy wall hangings, and even leather seats and couches. And for convenience, the drive-thru is 2 lanes wide.
Drive-through limo service there.
There you go. That'd be a good thing.
Hey, let's take a look at the forecast real quick. Or actually, radar, we have some thunderstorms out to the west in Oklahoma. They could hold together long enough to make it through. The forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, thunderstorms possible. We'll give it about a 40% chance. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s, and maybe some patchy fog around in the morning.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate that. Folks, that's all for us. Thanks for watching.
Well, stay tuned for more on the road to Omaha. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
Extended coverage of the road to Omaha is brought to you by Carpet Smart, McDonald's High Associates, Copeland's, and Wooden Tea.